Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. I'm Alex Whiteley, and I think I'm going to let our guest introduce herself and tell us where we are, because I'm at a loss at what this is because it's so unique. I think unique's the right word. So would you like to introduce yourself to our listeners?
Hi, I am Sam Poole Stride, and I am a local artist, resident at Raven Studio, and you are in a very cool space. It used to be Wilco's old warehouse. Above the old Wilco's, and
Hold that mic in front of you. Sorry.
Yeah, and I have a secret exhibition on tonight.
It is. I remember thinking, where's this place going to be? Because it was a secret right up until today. And even when you said meet me outside Raven Studios, and you just popped outside of a door, I was like, "Whoa, where are we going now?" And it's just if you guys to describe this building, it's just an empty shell of a building, all right up in the roof. So you can hear lots of moving things around. They're setting up for today. We're very lucky to be able to witness this before anybody else today. So thank you very much for enjoying it.
Well, I'm really chuffed you can come down and see it, because I know that you're on the radio tonight, and I genuinely, I can't describe it to people. It's such a weird thing. So when I came in here the first time, and there's this huge big window looking over Smithfield Road, and the light that comes in here is incredible. Really? Guys. It's okay.
Quiet for the biscuit, please. Quiet for the biscuit.
Right, sorry. Can we do that again? Were you out? Or
yeah, it's fine. I like ambience. That noise you just heard, guys, is the moving chairs around because they're getting ready for today.
That's me saying, "Shut up, everybody." Okay, so when we moved into Raven Studio, it's a... it will one day be demolished.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Sadly, because it's such an amazing home. As an artist, to be in it is quite incredible. But yeah, so we came into this space which we call Berlin.
Berlin.
I don't quite know why. It feels quite Berlin. Anyway, and I have always wanted to do an exhibition here. I've always wanted to do something in here. Did not actually think that I would get permission to do it at all by people, because it is ultimately an industrial building. Mm-hmm. So we're doing it on the side. We're doing a proper 90s art revolution, and it's totally a secret. So I haven't asked permission to do it. I'm hanging the work on the walls. No one knows or knew until this afternoon where it even was. And they don't even know where it is now, because I've just given them the address, which is the black door next to Ray the Raven outside Raven Studios. So it's quite cool.
Very rock and roll. I love that. It's very hardcore.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to get out of today then? Just to display your art? Is it just your artwork here? Or is it?
So this is all my work.
Okay.
This is all my curation, and I've been working as an artist now for 5 years, and particularly painting, guys.
Sorry, guys.
So particularly painting. I've become quite prolific at painting, and I've had quite a few exhibitions in town. So I have exhibited at the Shrewsbury Coffee House a lot of times, and I actually have an exhibition on at Glue Glue at the moment.
I love Glue Glue.
And I have a painting, very honoured to have a painting at the Shrewsbury Museum for the new contemporary show. So I'm properly a bit of a tart about town. And then I've got a lovely painting in the Colonel's Son as well, where patches, and I've got one in Seasons as well. So I've got a lot of artworks out there. But it wasn't. This was much more about an experiential exhibition. So this is much more than just my paintings on a wall, please buy them. That's not what this exhibition's about. So as an artist, it's taken a long time to feel the confidence to.
Well, the space you've chosen in itself is a piece of art, isn't it?
Yeah, it helps. It really helps. I mean, you could hang a turd on the wall and it would still look cool, I think. But
we'll get some pictures. Is there an embargo on the pictures? Can
no. You can do anything now, because people are on their way any minute. So it's
cool. So I'm going to take some pictures, guys, and you guys will see them on Instagram, because you can't describe this place. You really can't. Cool. It's just an empty shell of a building. So can we?
So the work.
Yes.
So the work is it's called The Seas of the Moon.
Okay.
And it's all based on, I don't know if you know about the seas of the moon, but when they studied the moon in the 1600s, they saw all these dark spaces, and they thought they were water. They thought they were bodies of water. In fact, they're not at all. They're the lowlands which have been created by lava from many, many thousands of millions of years ago. So the idea is that sorry.
That's okay.
They named all of these dark bits of the moon, different seas and lakes.
Okay.
And
I've heard of this before.
And the names are just beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. So that was the kind of starting point. And if you look over there, we've got 20 of the seas, and they've all got a different beautiful name. They're just lovely. Sea of Tranquility, and there's just some.
That's the one I've heard of before.
They're really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
They're really beautiful. And there's an ocean, so that's the ocean. And then you kind of go around the exhibition, and you'll see there's a set of marshes here. That's the Marsh of Sleep over there.
Beautiful. I love that. It caught my eye straight away.
Thank you. And those are the bays over there. Each bay has a different name, that little set of 12 over there. And then if we go this way, we kind of go from kind of dark, very ethereal paintings into my kind of signature neons and bright colours.
I love this. This.
So this is called the Goldilocks Zone. It's called In the Goldilocks Zone. I don't know if you know what the Goldilocks Zone is.
No.
It's actually Richard Hamilton, who's a brilliant photographer, who's
I've heard of
behind
Rich.
me. Hello.
Hello.
Can you explain? He's much more scientific than me. He's much more of a geek than I am. Can you explain to me what the Goldilocks Zone is, please?
Suddenly been put on the spot.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Goldilocks Zone is the zone where conditions are right for life. So it's not too hot, not too cold, not too radioactive, all the rest of it. And the idea is that in any solar system, there is an area where you have the best likelihood of finding planets that will support life.
Thank you. So that's what that painting's all about.
Yeah, that's great.
That's what that painting's all about. So it's all about, and it's where the sun comes into things in the next set of paintings. So then so that's the Goldilocks Zone, and then we've got the lakes. We're in the lakes now.
These pink ones catch my eye as well. They're beautiful. I mean, these are great as well, of course. But
Yeah. So these are all about sunsets and, over water. And they're a little bit more literal than the other abstracts. This is the painting, my nemesis.
Your nemesis.
This is the one that just had kept having to go back to it. That is called The Sunset of Perseverance. And I persevered.
Aptly named.
Yeah, I persevered with that one. And then we go, there's a few bits of my old work here. These two are part of the exhibition at Glue, actually, which I couldn't fit in. But that one's called It's Okay If You Don't Like Me, and that one's called My Therapist Is Going to Kill Me. And there's a whole nother story about that. And these are my dancers.
Nice.
So this is Fatawakan. Do you know what Fatawakan is?
No, but I'm learning loads today, so let's carry on with the theme.
So Fatawakan is the Mad Hatter's dance that he does in Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, okay.
And the other one is the Dance of Gelderland, which is in the Knight's Tale. So it's the David Bowie dance that they do in the Knight's Tale.
And everyone not sat on a cushion.
And then these are more lakes. So these are more lakes. And then if you look through here, this dock, it's all a bit scary in here. I've just been watching Stranger Things with my son. And I've been freaking out when I've been here on my
You feel like we're going to the upside down now,
if you look through there, that is the upside down, and
it's
that's
okay
just
if you don't like me.
That's another little piece through there. So the idea is it's a bit more experiential, So I've got James Risdon, who I work a lot with, who we actually shot a video in here a while ago for an album that he was making, and he's done a sound installation to go.
Is that what's inside this room?
That's what you can hear right now, just going on over there.
Okay.
And then if you look in here, my very, very lovely Andy McEwen, who I'm sure you would have heard of before.
Yeah, I've just released an interview I did with him this week.
Yes, I saw that. Yes. Where he helped me do this projection, and the idea is that you sit in this chair, and then you'll put the headphones on, and then there's this kind of weird static that you listen to while you look at it. And this is all about kind of there being nothing in anything. So it's the feeling of nothing in anything, which goes back to the fact that seas of the moon weren't even water. They were just nothing. There wasn't
it was
anything
abstract
there.
in itself. It was
deep.
Very deep. And okay, so I'm seeing a lot of things that take you away. You know, I look at these things and I get taken away. I get taken to the moon, to the beach, to nothingness. And is that the idea here, to sort of distract someone away? Or, you know, this here about the perfect area for life. This is the perfect conditions for life. When you look at it, you start thinking deeply about the world.
Do you know what? If that is what someone gets out of this, you're making me cry a bit now, because I have been crying most of today.
I would never call myself an art critique, but I'm a bit of a dumbass in some regards. But I look at this, and I catch this quote catches my eye with the gold, and I'm like, oh, that's just. It reminds me of Birgitta Zeltman, because she's got the logo very similar, isn't she?
It has actually. She's coming in a minute to photograph.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. So it's a proper Shrewsbury little
get together.
thing.
Yeah.
But for me, so I really love that you said that, and for me, this is about upping my game as an artist, but also for people to really have an experience like this experiential. I keep saying it, but this experience of it being not just some paintings hang on a wall, please buy them. This is about, I've got a whole hour at 5 o'clock where people are coming with their kids, and it's all about kids seeing the art as well. And I'm glad you're saying about going on a journey, because if nothing else, I would love people to kind of...
It's kind of what we needed, though, isn't it, recently?
I think so. I think people want experience, don't they?
Well, we've seen a lot of move to virtual settings and things, and I feel like we can look for other ways to do that, to transport yourself into a different place. And I feel like writing music, creating things, podcasting, anything like this, meditation, art, these are places, these are tools that we can use to take you out of those 4 walls of your bedroom, and I think it's important to encourage that in people.
Totally. And also, we are pretty hungry for art spaces in Shrewsbury. That's another thing that it's really hard to find.
We've been talking about this for the last 2 years. I did the open studio sessions over at Participate a couple of years ago, and obviously they've just started talking about tearing all this down then, and so they've constantly been on their toes about, we're going to have to find somewhere else, and Raven Studios being a part of that as well. I do feel like you need places like this to exist. I mean, look what this does. It brings people in, and so many people will come on this and just be completely inspired by what you've done.
I hope so, and I hope that then they'll go, oh my God, this is an amazing venue. It's big enough. We're only having 30 people in at one time, so we're totally COVID.
I'm so gutted I can't stay. Genuinely, I'm really sad, really sad, because...
Well, I need to tell you what else is going on, so I'm going to take you out of here and show you... No? So I'm not going to do that. Someone outside on the ladder. So through those doors into Raven Studio is Stuart Collins. So Stuart Collins is the amazing chef who's just been on Great British Menu.
Oh, wow.
And he has the restaurant in Whitchurch called Docket 33.
Wow.
And he's amazing. I've had my work in there for about 3 years now, and he has come and catered this as a big favour to me.
Oh, what a dude.
So,
what an absolute dude.
Today, I've got this amazing space, got all these cool people coming, and I've got Michelin-starred food. I mean, I am tickle pink. I'm so excited.
I'm so privileged that you invited me to see this. I'm just it's really nice that it means the biscuits go in somewhere finally.
Oh man, it is. Yeah. Well, you just need to turn into Jason Bateman next, don't you?
Jason Bateman.
Oh my God, how much has he just sold that podcast for? You ever seen that?
Jason Bateman? Really?
Jason Bateman's podcast has just been bought for $80 million.
It doesn't surprise me. Joe Rogan went exclusively to Spotify for $100 million as well.
Amazing.
And this is, we were talking about this. Forward. I mean, I get a little bit, I don't get angry, I get a little frustrated when you see these A-list celebrities that come out and do these amazing podcasts, because they are amazing, right? But for indies like me, it's kind of like, oh, where's my 100 million? I mean, we'll Spotify, if you're listening,
we'll get you there.
just a few grand a month, just to help me out.
It would be nice.
It would be
nice. But yeah, I'm really chuffed you've come down, because it's really hard to explain it to people. It's really hard to kind of show, and that was the other thing for me, is that I've kind of got to a certain point in my artist's career where I need to up my game. I need to get my shit together and kind of be grown up enough to go, here's my work.
Yes.
Which is terrifying. Under this stress, my knees are shaking because I'm terrified.
I feel you on that
like
one.
I'm putting my heart on a plate for people to crush.
And it's not easy. It's really not easy putting yourself out there. I mean, I've just taken the step into radio, like we just said. I don't bang on about it, but it's my 11th week doing it, and I'm kind of like, is there anyone listening out there? Do people like the stuff I do? Well, then the thing what I do stupidly is I leave Discord on, and I'm like, guys, give me grief, and they're like, oh, you playing that for Levine? What are you playing that for? You know. But I kind of like that instant feedback with your art. What's the kind of signs you look for in a satisfaction or a confusion?
Okay, so there's two things. Firstly, this has been amazing because you can walk whenever someone comes through that red door.
Mm-hmm.
Like, first of all, they go, wow, look at the space.
Like I just did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go, oh my God, I love that. Oh my, you know, and obviously lots of them are my mates because I haven't had anyone who's not my mate through the door yet. But they are good critics, and they do tell me when they don't like work, and that's been good. But also it's what else? It's as things are getting more, Instagram, really big one for me. That's
huge.
Now finally huge. Going well, and that takes a long time to get to that point.
Yeah, tell me about it. The Biscuit kind of worked for itself, but my USUC, the other network I have, it's like trying to draw blood out of a stone. Honestly, it's really a nightmare, isn't it?
It's really hard. And it really is really hard. Can I just introduce you to James Risdon quickly?
Yes, please do. Please do. Chuck him a microphone. This one's for you.
Hello. This is James Risdon.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Hello. Nice to meet you too.
So, what do you do then? Tell the listeners what your niche is, what you're famous for.
Oh, thank you.
He's having a good think.
Yeah, I don't know if I can.
I'm going to write a number on a wall, and I'm going to leave him.
Yeah, please do. You're on the Shrewsbury Biscuit. It's fine. You're in good company. So, what are you here for today then?
Well, I like to support Sam in all of their endeavours, and we do a lot of things together. But today I have been helping out with sound and certain visual aspects of what's going on.
Somebody just waved an apron at me, and they're
Yes.
like, "This is your work." So, what's with the apron?
Well, part of the reason I paused when you asked what I do is that I do quite a few things. I've also got a family company. We make aprons and bags and all sorts of things.
Okay, so I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. I know about the work that you do because of Kerry from Bloom was like, oh, look at these aprons, and Adam Pennell obviously wears your aprons too, and the aprons that you guys make. And I know they've got quite a big reach, haven't they? These aprons, these famous aprons that you guys make.
Yeah, they do have quite a bit of reach. It's quite strange to think of who's wearing them, where they're wearing them, and whatnot. It's the same with the bags as well. I was talking to Hunter. Shout out Hunter from Music Bros. He saved our booty this morning with some
Hunter?
With some cables.
Give me some kit.
But it's strange walking around town and seeing people like with our bags or something. Like, you're kind of wearing my name a little bit.
Where does that come from, though? I mean, how long does that go back? Is it a new thing? Is it not?
The company's about 4 or 5 years, possibly.
So almost an instant success then, really. I mean, it's 5 years in the, you look at companies that have been around for hundreds of years. In 5 years, everybody's wearing your aprons and new bags and stuff. That's quite cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, and it's hard sometimes to see whether or not it's a success or not when you're like within the business.
When you see Marcus Bean on this morning wearing one of your aprons or something, it's kind of that was us, man. That was us.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So where do you sell your bags, your aprons, whatever you guys make? How far is your reach? Are we talking international, or is it just UK? Really?
Predominantly UK. Second biggest seller though is US. So and a lot to Europe as well. Europe's about as much as same as the US itself, but
these are great things. So you say you're a man of many talents then. So you come from this background of a company that's made aprons and things and thingamajobbies. Yeah. What is your main joy, or is there lots of different things that you enjoy?
It's mainly music. Music is my one sort of true passion.
Yeah.
That's what I've sort of done here. The sound you can kind of hear right now is
nice.
I put this together. But yeah, music. I mean, I studied graphic design. That's what I did at university, and sort of using that did logo and web design and whatnot for our company.
Graphic design is fun and heartbreaking both at the same time.
Yeah, going to uni to do graphic design is a good way of discovering that you don't want to do graphic design.
I've got some friends, Shane Shebsey being one of them, and Lucy Orchard as well. They used to do a podcast with me, and I'd make some artwork and be like, "What do you think of this, guys?" And Shane would be like, "I don't like it." Straight up, like, that line doesn't belong there. Why have you used that font for? Two-faced.
Very opinionated.
Yeah, but it will get me to a position where I would be happy, even though I'd be like, just spent ages making that. What are you on about?
The one thing people say to me when, for my advice on things, because I will tell them that, I won't tell them necessarily what I think should or shouldn't be done. I like what people do individually, but when it comes to when you work with me on something design-wise, I'm always like, margins. Margins are like the most important aspect of anything. You can have a squiggle if it's off-center or if it's in the wrong spot,
I've just been designing a Choose Your Fighter poster thing because we've got a hot wing quiz at the weekend, and it took me so long just to make sure everything's in line because I know someone's just going to be like, that's awful. I'd love to get you on a podcast properly so we can do like a proper feature.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll get in touch. You have to drop me your details after this. I am having Rachel Evans, aka Spirograph Girl, she's designing me some cards at the moment.
Very cool.
So I will make sure I get some business cards to me, but I'll get your details and we'll get you on the Biscuit event. Eventually.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Do you want to give people a shout out to where they can follow you and stuff?
Our company Instagram is at Risdon and Risdon, and my music is It's Jambon.
Yeah?
It's literally It's Jambon.
Wicked. I like it. Well, that's really good. Right, listen, I don't know if Sam's going to speak to me again. She looks very stressed, getting things together. I'll knock it on the head for now, and if we need to add something on the end, we will do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Right, so there we have it. A great little episode there. And I really enjoyed that. I've just edited it back now and realised I didn't do an outro, so I thought best do one right away. I want to say a huge thank you to Sam for inviting me to this event. It was really nice to see, going out there and do something brave like that. It's just really, it's something really inspiring about it, it's something out of the norm, and it was just really nice to see her wonderful work. So thank you, Sam, and I do want to get her on a future episode. I've sent this a few times. A quick 15-20 minute interview didn't cut it for me. I'd like to sit down. The Andy McEwen interview that I did a few weeks ago, it was a good hour and a half of us chatting. Those sort of things are great, and I know people haven't always got an hour and a half to sit and listen to my podcasts, but you know what, if you got a good bit of time to sit, relax and talk to an artist and get up inside that head properly, I feel like that's the perfect interview for me. That's the kind of style I like. Huge thank you to Rich Hamilton and James Risdon as well that featured on this episode. It was really great chatting to you guys, and likewise those both sounded fascinating. There's just talent everywhere in Shrewsbury, isn't there? It's just an amazing place. I've been doing this for so many years now, and we haven't run out of things to talk about. There's more and more to talk about, So Shrewsbury really is a wonderful place, and so is all the other wonderful towns that you guys live in. All around the world. I know we've got listeners all around the world. If you can pick up a mic and go and support your local town and find great people to speak to, I absolutely recommend it. And if anybody needs any help with sort of podcasting advice, you can get in touch with me. Either on the Biscuit socials, which are Instagram, Facebook, the Twitter I barely use, but you can get in touch with us and I'll help you out. I just want to mention what's going to be going on the 24th of July. There is the Battle of Shrewsbury, and it's the Medieval Weekend Festival. We made some really good friends there with Matthew Howarth and the guys from the Corbett family household. But I've done a couple of interviews with them over the last couple of weeks. They're really great guys, and we're going to set up a table, a little mini studio there. We're going to be there. So if you fancy seeing people fighting in chainmail and armor and bring the kids up for that, it'd be really good. So that's happening in Battlefield 1403. And that's on the 24th of July. And then the day after, which is the 25th, you've got the Mile of Smiles put together by Shropshire Festivals. Go to Facebook, have a look for that. I think they're still looking for like vendors and entertainers and things. I think we could do with as much help as possible. Let's make people smile. I'm really looking forward to getting involved with that as well. And then finally, the 24-hour podcast. I know I'm banging on about this, but it's coming up now. We've got our brand, we've got our name, but I can't tell you what it is yet. we're going to do like a big reveal. But yeah, the 24-hour podcast at 9 a.m. on the 29th of September. We're going to go live, and we're not going to stop until 9 a.m. on the 30th of September, which is International Podcast Day. The guys from International Podcast Day are aware of what we're doing. They're happy with what we're doing, and they're going to come on as well. They're going to come speak to us. The Shrewsbury Biscuits side of things, 12 hours of the biscuit, 12 hours of USUC. The schedule there is filling up nicely. We've got some really great guests to bring you. USUC, we're still working on filling up that schedule, but it's getting there. And you can get involved if you want your business to be sponsored and to be featured on an hour of this event. Please get in touch, because we're selling hours for £100 minimum sponsor, and all the proceeds go to Lingen Davis, and it's going to be really fun. I want to say thank you to our main sponsors in Reach. They've done amazing work creating logos for us and giving us a vision. A huge thank you to Shrewsbury Town, the community, who are going to supply us a venue at the Community Reach Hub. We're going to be looking for help with tech support. Maybe we can get some cameras better than the ones I've got, and a good setup. So I'll be reaching out to a few people in the next couple of days. And also to Web Orchard, who make our website. We're going to create a separate tab for the live stream and a donate button, and it's all looking really good. I'm very, very positive about it all. And speaking of our website, guys, if you do want to listen to our audio, all of our audio is on there. Go to our website, which is www.theshrewsburybiscuitpodcast.co.uk. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. It's on TV. It's funny. Go to our website, www.theshrewsburybiscuitpodcast.co.uk. There is a contact form on there if you want to get in touch with us, and we'll get in touch, and we'll get back to you. Again, thank you so much to Sam for inviting me to this amazing event, and hopefully we can sort out a feature podcast soon. Right, this has been amazing. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.